Welcome to J is for Justice podcast. If live breaking news and following true crime is your thing, then please consider subscribing to my channel. And if you like what you see in my videos, please consider giving them a thumbs up. Hey everybody, welcome back to J is for Justice. My name is Jay and I'm your host this evening. Welcome back. If you are new here, please consider subscribing. Thanks everybody for joining in today. I just want to start out by saying I don't find this fun. I'm not trying to revel in anyone's past or anything bad.
Everybody does that. It's okay.
I want this to be crystal clear.
My first thing, I want to thank Mike for his super chat while you guys were waiting. Thank you so much, Mike. Let me pull it up here on the screen. But I just want to start out by saying that I don't find this to be like fun, you know. I don't really like reveling in people's past, and I don't typically bring up people's past because I don't think it's fair in most cases. I think that if people can show you that they certainly have changed, then there's no reason to, you know, even look into them and look up their past because they show you who they are. In this case, T-REV, I gave him a chance. I mean, I've let him chat in here and I defended him. And you know, I'm pissed about it. And I don't like what he's done to the viewers in our community. I know not everybody watched him, but a good majority of you guys did. And maybe still do because you feel bad for him or whatever. I mean, he's a good manipulator. And I think that that needs to be talked about and it needs to be exposed because we all deserve better than that. And Madeline Soto deserved better than that. So we're going to talk about a few things about Mr. Sweet. Hi, Melly. It's good to see you. It's good to see all of you guys. Truth Seeker. If I was the mother of this child, I would appreciate what you're doing because using a child horror and scamming people is not okay. No, it's not okay at all. It's not okay at all. So if you don't know what he did, what exposed him was his buddy, that guy Smoke, came out and said that he was put up to call in, fakely call in and say he was Stephen Stern's friend. And when Smoke called in and said he was Stephen Stern's friend, he said a lot of nasty things. He said that Madeline was, or I mean that Stephen Stearns was essaying girls that were 8, 9, 10, 11 years old. He made up a lot of things. He could have actually hindered the investigation. Because if you have a suspect that has been essaying a little girl for the majority of the time he's known her, you can bet your ass someone's going to call, you know, if someone calls in and says, hey, I knew this guy. And when he was younger, he used to, you know, say, oh, who's going to catch me? Who's going to do it? It was nasty. It was gross. It was really gross. As if Madeline's life wasn't bad enough. As if the case wasn't bad enough. Tim, love your comment. Tim, a.k.a. TQ Logic. I also think it's kind of unwise to pile up with people that are still not cleared in a possible crime. That is so true. AK, we are both Scorpios. I'm 11/11. Right, and to have these men still abusing her after her death? I mean, it's unthinkable. It's unthinkable. And I enjoyed some of his call-in shows. I'm not going to lie. I did. And I'm sure a lot of you did too. A lot of people supported him. He denies it. Oh, he just makes these refuting posts on his community and shit saying, oh, you're going to believe one claim. We can all listen to the call. We know it was Smoke. Smoke admitted it. What you do when you're wrong is you admit you're wrong, T-Rev. But you can't even admit you were wrong ever because you haven't been honest about who you are. You act like you've been honest. So what you see here on the screen is the first thing we're going to talk about today. And thank you much for being here. Hit the like button. That is all I ask of you tonight, is to hit that like button. So you see some of his aliases. So before T-Rev was T-REV757, he was Young T-Rev. Like Young Jeezy, Young T-Rev. A lot of you still don't know what went on. Let me play this other video that I put together so everybody's up to speed, okay? Let's do this first. Let's get everybody on the same page. Because I'm only doing this once. I'm not revisiting T-Rev again. Unless he does something else, but I'm not making this like an everyday freaking thing. Definitely not making an everyday thing. I want you guys to be aware, but I'm not going to make this a point of my life. We've got many cases we cover. But when someone's doing sick shit like this, you guys need to know. You guys need to know. So this is your subscriber 411 from me. And we'll watch some of this. All right, here we go. But I wanted to give you guys a quick update. I was listening to Granny before I went live. And I heard T-Rev's buddy. And I just wanted to give you guys a heads up because this was very concerning to me. T-Rev's buddy came up on panel, Smoke, if you guys have watched any of that mess. And he admitted that he called in during the Madeline Soto case into T-Rev's show and lied and said he was Stephen Stern's friend. And him and I guess T-Rev have fallen out. And now he's admitting that he did this. Hi, Damien. So be careful who you listen to. If there's one channel that always gets the, groundbreaking calls and the earth-shattering call-ins, you may want to think twice. Yeah, he came up on Granny's panel and he admitted he called it and said his name was Rick something. No, not Chase. He called into T-Rev's and said his name was Rick. This was just a T-Rev thing. Hold on. I can't compare JLR to this. Okay, this guy's a thug. Like, this dude's a thug. Like, JLR admitted his white-collar crime, right? Mike, let's be fair. I love you, but let's be fair. He admitted his white-collar crime. He did his time. You know what T-Rev was? Not only once, but twice. A fugitive. A fucking fugitive. Dude's a loser. JLR is not anything like this, in my opinion. Not anything like this. And that he was Stefan's friend. And apparently he told Smoke, guaranteed, if you call in again, 100K views. Just saying what he said. And I think that people need to know that this kind of shenanigan is going on, especially in such a heinous case as Madeline Soto. T-Rev, I'm just going to say, if you did that, that is bottom of the barrel. This little girl was SA'd from age 8 and then unalived by her abuser, dumped in bushes, and they're faking calls for money. I don't watch his channel, Lucinda, so I would never see that. And the only reason he's coming forward is because they fell out. So if you watch him, I'd keep that in mind too. He's blaming his autism and saying that T-Rev took advantage of his autism. Fuck directly off.
Because you're a liar.
Then he started, this smoke guy then starts a true crime channel. It's 71,000 too many. I can tell you that, Maylee. I know, Potato. Awful. You try to give people the benefit of the doubt, but to do that in a case like Madeline's. Okay, here we go. Here's the Chris P. cousin call.
Listen, man, I've been trying to get in touch with you. This is Chris Proudfoot's cousin.
Okay.
Smoke says this wasn't him.
I wanted to tell you a little bit about Chris.
Okay.
I'm literally his blood cousin.
Mm-hmm.
I live in Florida. I 100% believe he did it. And I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to tell you why we don't talk as family.
Look, he looks all shocked.
When he was younger, used to abuse animals. Okay? Listen, man, I've been trying to get in touch with you. This is Chris Proudfoot's cousin.
Do you think that sounds like Smoke? Do you guys think that sounds like Smoke? Yeah, fuzzy slippers on that. Look at his face, acting all surprised. Because someone's just going to randomly call his ass, right? And say, hey, Chris Proudfoot put a mouse on a stick with shit. Like, what is that even? Who even thinks that? Like, grow up. And you know what? It's totally, now that we know that Smoke did the Stephen Stearns thing and talked so disgusting, now we know that the shit in a mouse and a stick came from Smoke. And that came right off the top of his head. He didn't even have to plan it. They sent a text. Yeah, call in, dude. And Smoke was like, laughing my ass off. Okay, dude. What's his friend's name, man? Bro, I'm going to get $100K for this. Oh, he's 5'6", by the way, for everybody that was wondering. It's on his court documents. You guys will see it. 5'6". 5'6". Little short guy.
Fucking fuzzy slippers and lip gloss.
Well, he was on Granny's. Let's play him a little bit from Granny's and see if it's him. That's how we'll know.
He has his own opinion. Like, nothing he has.
We'll go back.
And from where we were at real quick, but
Hold on.
I don't want to be a part of a panel where I'm going to be arguing with Seth. Yep, I know it, and I hate myself for it.
Oh,
Best believe.
he also doxed Cluminati.
I hate myself for it. I'm disgusted with myself, but you know, I wanted to admit that
Hi,
to
Sherry.
you and to your viewers to shed some light about some of the corruption that's going on true crime on YouTube.
I mean, yeah,
Especially-
for sure. There's a lot.
Okay, there's his voice. Now listen to this again.
Okay, talk to me, brother.
I wanted to tell you a little bit about Chris.
Okay.
I'm literally his blood cousin.
Mm-hmm.
I live in Florida.
Sure sounds like him to me.
100% believe he did it.
Sounds like him to me.
Corruption going on.
I didn't want it's just it was sick. I hate myself for even doing the Rick Armstrong one, but I'm not afraid to admit it because that's just who I am. I will admit to my actions. I will tell the truth because
That's what it was. Rick Armstrong.
it was the Rick Armstrong, and that was it. Always trying to help him because it was always about him.
Yeah, listen, this is his excuse for it.
So there were certain individuals that would make content about me that were fake. Like they would make fake
Dude,
chats.
no one cares
to-
about him that much. He's so full of shit. So anyway, that's the gist of it, okay? Of what made this all come up. Herc's Teeny Peen. Nice name. Nice name. Okay, so I know you guys, I am grateful that he did come forward. Don't get me wrong. I'm grateful he came forward. But at the same token, when you listen to that call, he says some really gross shit. Even if it's not him, you really think it's real? Even if it's not him, does it matter? Rick Armstrong. He needs to go. He needs to go, and he needs to not cover these cases, especially with children. I'm getting to it, Tammy. I'm getting to it. Chill. There's a lot here. All right. We're going to play this. This is T-REV and talking about Seth and the pew pew.
Well, not for a long time because it just happened about on between the 10th of this month and the 15th before I came here. It was between one of those days. But I just want to know why somebody was trying to get me to buy a staccato pistol that pierces armor. You know? I just want to know that. You know, when I get on here and say I've been holding stuff close, that's one of the things that I've been holding close. And as I thought about it and 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 thought about it, I didn't want nobody to get hurt. So I don't know what the play was on that. Or
So he thought about it and thought about it and thought about it and thought about it and thought about it for that long? Yeah, is that okay?
why I was even asked that. But to know that that is why, that like, just to know that somebody purchasing a firearm for somebody else, like, what the hell?
All fake.
Why? Next. I mean, it's weird. It's weird. I wouldn't, like, that's crazy to me. Blackmails are illegal, or blackmails illegal if you have proof it's time to say something. Lucid says, Plant Lady says Tony needs to sit the fuck down. Really? T-REV, stay away from them in the case. It all stinks. DC says don't F with any of those chumps. Heidi says absolutely not. This is about Sebastian and Sebastian only. Either he is setting you up or he is about to take out CP and KP. I don't know what's going on, but all I know is that it would come back on. If I bought somebody something like that, what would happen to me? Right? No, I didn't. Gypsy, I didn't. I didn't ask why. I was caught off guard, to be honest with you. I was honestly caught off guard and didn't know what to say. Well, what are you supposed to say to that? I was caught off guard. Big time. Played along with it too. Like, what do you mean? Well, let's look it up. I pulled it up. I even looked up what it was. Just so I could see. And to see that it shot 45 rounds and 9mm. And then to go out here and talk to these YouTubers, and you guys want to know what's going on? Like, I'm getting these messages here to my phone from people that are, and again, why target a woman? Target me. Target me. Why target a woman? Like, what's going on with that? I guess you were with Seth's ex. He's been going around calling YouTubers. He called Lauren and 2 others to tell me to ask what to do and what channels are best to go on. I already hate this case. I think it's cap and money. For everyone, it's all good. I'm just not into it. I'd be weary. Hold up, not that one. Next. But in general, hitting up Sweetie Pie Low and these people and saying that I stole your girlfriend. It's absurd. It's absurd. Like, what's going on with that?
All right, so Queen Bee put that together. That is when he's talking about the pew pew, right? Now, we're going to go over to another window. He acts like he's all dumb, like, oh, what would happen to me? What would happen to me? What would happen to me? He knows damn well what would happen to him. So it looks like T-REV. And like I said, I don't like reveling in people's past. I would never have even looked this up if this shitbag wouldn't have fucked with Madeline Soto. I mean, disgusting. Disgusting shit. Okay, so we have 3 cases here. 2017 and 2018, which was quite a while ago, right? And that's why I say, I wouldn't even bring it up if he had changed, if he wasn't faking, bringing nasty pedo stuff into child cases. Wouldn't even talk about this, but we're going to talk about it. The first item up for bid. Fuck, I'm going to have to redo this. Hold on. I let it sit too long. Okay. First item up for bid is the first case. And we have case information, circuit court for Worcester County. And this is in Maryland, state of Maryland. Criminal, filed on September 22nd of 2017. And if you go down here, the defendant is from Virginia, but for some reason he was in Maryland committing crimes. So if you go down, to the charges here, you have controlled substance, possess not marijuana, clonazepam, which is Xanax, and then he pled guilty. Okay, so he got caught with that in 2017 with Xanax. It was suspended on his guilty plea. But look at this one. Look at charge number 3. Handgun in vehicle. This guy acts like he doesn't know about handguns. Handgun in vehicle. So he was put on probation starting in 2018. Okay, that was the first case. And you can't click on any of these. But there's really nothing you need to see. So the second item up for bid is the second criminal charge. State of Maryland, Worcester County, blah, 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 same thing. 5'6", 185 pounds. Date of birth 9/11/1990. The arresting officer was Officer Bisman of the Worcester County Sheriff's Office in Snow Hill, Maryland. And then if you go down here, it says transferred to circuit court. See circuit court case. Hold on.
You're awesome.
Here's the doozy right here. See that? Fugitive from justice. 1/9/2018. A fugitive from justice, Pennsylvania. I haven't even looked in Pennsylvania. But he had charges also of selling, intent to sell Xanax. A gun on his person, a gun in the car, and then he was a fugitive of justice from Pennsylvania. I mean, what the fuck has this guy been doing? What the hell? Crime and conspiracies. I don't know if you're like being sarcastic or anything, but Pennsylvania, his kids live in Pennsylvania. So we have Maryland, Pennsylvania, and look, hold without bond. This guy never takes accountability for shit. So is it surprising that right now we see him making excuses and blaming smoke? It's not any felonies or anything, but fuck, doesn't it tell you what he's capable of? He hasn't changed. These were he pled down. He had a charge of a gun on his person. He had a charge of intent to sell. It wasn't just this. He took a damn plea on 1/9. Unbelievable. No, what I said is he was toting around a gun with intent to sell pills. That's what I said. So we've got him talking smack about Seth. What? Huh? A gun? Huh? And he's over here with these charges. Right? Right? He's over here with these charges. So who's lying? Who's lying in this?
I've been holding stuff close. That's one of the things that I've been holding close.
He's been holding close. The
Well, not
hypocrisy.
for a long time because it just happened about on between the 10th of this month and the 15th before I came here. It was between one of those days. But I just want to know why somebody was trying to get me to buy a staccato pistol that pierces armor. You know? I just want to know that. You know, when I get on here and say I've been holding stuff close, that's one of the things that I've been holding close. And as I thought about it and 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 thought about it, I didn't want nobody to get hurt. So I don't know what the play was on that or why I was even asked that.
You guys, and then and then his listeners sat there and heard him say, "Oh, my kids, I've got to do a DNA test and she's hiding the kids on me and blah, blah, blah." And then all of a sudden, there's his kids. You think he's doing it because he loves them and he's such a good stand-up guy? How much money did he get sent to take his kids out and have a good time with them? I gotta wonder. He hasn't changed. Video of T-REV say best packing at a spook house, how something could happen. What does that mean? Okay, here we go. Here's more shenanigans with Seth, T-REV, and Michaela. And this comes from TikTok. This is my own video. I had to find my own video over on TikTok. But check this out. Check this out.
What the actual fuck is your problem? You're out there fucking blasting me to people on Facebook, all these fucking creators on YouTube.
What are you talking about? Because I just got onto the computer.
Telling everybody that I'm your ex and I broke your heart and I fucking left you for Rev and blah, blah, blah. Sweetie Low or whatever the fuck her name is. Mm-hmm. Lauren on Facebook. Mm-hmm. Like, I called you last night concerned for my fucking safety because my house is being blasted all over, my information, everything. And you're going to go out there and tell people that I'm your ex and feed into it and make this shit even worse? Like, are you trying to get me killed?
You said Sweetie Low. Hold on a minute. You said Sweetie Low and all it did was bring up Sweetie Low.
Can you even understand Seth? He sounds wasted. What? Was this their big game too? Was this done at Michaela's house?
Like, are you trying to get me killed? For real? I have done nothing but help in any way I can for you to find Sebastian, Seth. And right now you're making it like you care more about a relationship and me and being obsessed with me than you care about finding Sebastian. That looks like absolute fucking dog shit on everybody.
Okay, so I'm on Sweetie Low. What is this?
Sweetie Pie Low.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Steven.
Oh, and a bunch more people.
I'm getting it from every single fucking direction, and it's all saying it's coming right from your mouth.
4 years. I'm not even subscribed to this person. I don't know who this person is.
Okay, well, I don't know who you're subscribed to and who you're not, or who you're talking to, or whatever. But keep my fucking name out of the mess and keep my name out your mouth. I did nothing to deserve this, Seth.
La, 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 la. You don't hold account.
Absolutely fucking nothing to deserve this shit.
You're calling me about what somebody else has already said. YouTube. I'm not even subscribed to this person. I don't know who the fuck this person is.
Okay, well, I'm hearing it from every which way that you're out there telling people that I'm your ex and I fucking left you for Rev and that I'm a piece of shit and I only talk to you when I want information and blah, blah, blah. Like, you and I both know the fuck that's not true.
Yes, it's Michaela.
It is not my fault
And
that
Seth.
I did everything I could to help, and it was not fucking appreciated whatsoever.
Wow. Okay, well, first and foremost, you calling me and bitching out of something I have no fucking clue what's going on.
Well, that's why I'm calling you to figure out what the fuck's going on and why you're telling people this shit, Seth. What?
You can bitch, scream, and yell at me, right? Is that what you're doing?
Yes.
Somebody's streaming.
Screaming or streaming?
Screaming.
I'm not screaming.
Nobody's screaming.
I'm not screaming. I'm trying to figure out what the fuck's going on. Literally, all my shit's out there, and you telling people, you feeding into it, telling people this shit is making it 10 times worse.
It was sent to me by so many different people.
Conversation that you can't even sit there and take a deep breath in between accusations.
Well, it was sent to me by a bunch of people.
I haven't been on YouTube, and if I sit there and I stated, I didn't receive your text message, T-REV.
No, brother. People are sending that shit to me. I have no idea. I just passed the message along. They say that you're out there talking to them, so I don't know. I have no clue. Sweetie Pie Low and people on Facebook. That's what's being told. Bryan, you're doing shit.
What?
I have no idea, man.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my God, I hate TikTok. That's why I hate it. That shit right there. So, yeah, there you go. There's Michaela confronting Seth. Why are you talking shit about me? Why are you talking shit about me? Listen to this one.
To say about the pew pew.
YouTube is literally here in Tennessee sits there and asks me about handguns, and I give him my personal opinion of what he should be looking for because of the performance, and he wants to talk about how much money he has. And I said, well, while you're at it, if you're making that much, why don't you buy two and give me one? No, the pistol don't cost $2,000. They're $2,500. I've been saving up for 4 months before my son went missing to get it. Do you think I have that money now? No, I spent that money in doing other things.
Remember this? Oh, he did. Happy 4th of July, T-Rev.
Right.
Dude, did I want it? I sure did. That was going to be a birthday present from me to me. Now I just want to find my son.
I get it.
I don't give a fuck about present. I give a fuck about being able to hold my baby boy.
I'm off to God the Queen. That's my joke.
I hate TikTok. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it.
I'm off to God the Queen.
So we all were talking about the Kohberger call. Okay. The Kohberger call. We were wondering if it was smoke. Well, it was brought to my attention that Hidden True Crime actually debunked this call a long time ago, 1 year ago. And I heard that they did, but I believed T-Rev. I never looked into it. I never sought this video out because I believed his ass. You know why? Because he went on News Nation and fucking lied. Right here. YouTuber believes Kohberger likely called into his show. He even took this to the media in his YOLO hat. You only live once. That's what people say when they take risks. He's a risky motherfucker. And the only channel that would ever have a headline like this is News Nation. I can't play the News Nation one because they will sue me, but I can play Hidden True Crime. It says, breaking. Did Bryan Kohberger call the T-Rev podcast? We have the final answer. Let's listen. Because remember, T-Rev said it was Bryan Kohberger. It's still in his title. Bryan Kohberger calls in.
Thank you for your patience. We set this live up, and there was more that we had to discuss and some technical difficulties, and we really want to go live tonight, though. We did not want to wait with what we have uncovered and figured out here at Hidden True Crime. And the basis of this is, most of you know, we even talked about it on our channel, the speculation that's been going on for 2 months that a podcaster named T-REV received a call from somebody that, and then it circulated the web far and wide within the true crime community that this person was likely Bryan Kohberger. After Bryan Kohberger was arrested, friends of Bryan Kohberger came forward and said, this sounds like Bryan Kohberger. Voice analysis, you can find plenty of them all over, excuse me, the YouTube and the web. It's made national news, people wondering if indeed this could possibly be Bryan Kohberger.
Okay, Simone, I'm out. This is shallow BS nothing. You were so much better last month's. I don't know what you mean by that. But what T-REV did makes my job harder, Simone. So when people make my job harder, I'm going to educate my audience what to look for. Okay? This isn't about being shallow. This is about truth. And if you think it's just shallow BS nothing to insert yourself and make a child porn and child rape and child murder case worse, then you should probably go.
That called into T-REV's channel. Dr. John and I even discussed this, what it would mean if it was indeed Bryan Kohberger, and we weren't able to confirm it then the night we discussed it on Friday. We had to say, we are not sure, but we want to talk about this and what it means. And so we want you to know that we have actually, at Hidden True Crime, been working around the clock to try to confirm this in every possible way. We have been using resources. T-REV has been willing and helpful as well with some information. We've included the Hidden True Crime team on this. We thought if we can find visual snow posts on the web, we can certainly put a rest to this question mark that everybody's had for a very long time. You know what I feel like right now, by the way? I don't know if you ever watched Maury Povich, John, but I feel like we're in the Maury show where they're doing like the DNA envelope and they've got it. They've got the results.
Right. You
And
feel like
we're
you're about to announce somebody's baby daddy.
Yeah, you never expect to be outing another creator for the bad shit they're doing, for lies they're telling. Crystal, thank you for your Cash App. True Crime Chrissy, 18 plus. I love you too. Thank you.
Daddy.
Yeah, I'm like kind of like, you know, just hanging on to this. We have the answer. We have the answer.
You have the manila envelope.
Yeah, Fiddle DD says that they are on the edge of their seat. I just read someone else's in Australia. Forgive me, it's late. Yes, you are the father, Amy in Boston says. So, okay, I will not state any further. We have the answer here at Hidden True Crime. I need an envelope to open.
No, the call came before Kohberger was arrested. Okay, the call came before Kohberger was arrested.
I don't have an envelope. The final answer is, it is not Bryan Kohberger. John and I have now talked to the gentleman that called into T-REV's podcast in December. We've talked to him now a couple times. We've gone to know him. I cannot tell you what we talked about in our conversations. John can confirm that we confirmed the information that he relayed. We've confirmed the voice. We've confirmed the phone number. We've confirmed a background check. So we won't dig into his privacy anymore by sharing anything that we talked about, right, John? Like we're going to keep that.
Right. So we know it's not Kohberger. We've definitely ruled Kohberger out. I'm sure the FBI may have done this a while ago, but speculation was still rampant. So we wanted to finally try to get an answer to this. And as you said, there was some compelling evidence here. You know, Casey Arntz, who was a friend of Kohberger's for 4 years, thought it was him. There were people on TikTok doing voice comparisons. They thought it was him.
And it doesn't help. It doesn't help that there's a gag order on FBI. So everyone's like, well, I'm sure the FBI's figured it out, right? But how?
Right. Okay. So we have all these people trying to debunk it, right? Because T-REV says it's Bryan Kohberger.
How do we know? And certainly the true crime community deserves to know what's going to assess this case.
Yeah. And also the caller, whom we will now call Demo, the caller was insightful. The caller actually, as I pointed out, the caller had a pretty good handle on Kohberger's motivations. And so that was compelling too. In other words, without even looking at the voice, I think there was some behavioral evidence that it could have been Kohberger. So
yeah, Julie Holden is stating that they'd love to know why you made some crazy comments about like 10 Sigma Chi members asking how to commit the perfect murder. You know, we can't share again what this person stated to us, but we can ask on right now.
Hello, Demo.
Hello.
This
This is the big reveal. You are the caller that everybody's been speculating about for the last 2 months.
So this is the guy who called in. Rocket Queen. I have heard that if you Shazam some of his songs, they're not his. Just saying.
Thanks for joining us.
Will the real Demo please stand up? Hello.
You can call me Mad Dog too. That's the other name I go by is Mad Dog.
That may not help your case, by the way, but okay. All right.
Well, I'm not defending myself for anything because
no, I know.
All I did was called a stupid YouTube thing, so that's it.
You have regrets? Do you have regrets calling in?
Absolutely. Never do that. Ever. Never call into anything. It's not good, especially on the YouTube.
Yeah, see, he's like, don't ever call in. He's telling people, don't ever fucking do it. Don't call in. February 1st, 2023. And his title still says it was Bryan Kohberger. You want to see? Watch this. See that? 7 months ago, Bryan Kohberger called into my podcast. He knows damn well that Bryan Kohberger did not call into his podcast. Look what's right below him. Look at that. This is for you, you dumbass T-REV.
Bing bong.
How can he sit there and still have that title? Bryan Kohberger called into my podcast. It's a fucking statement.
Tight-knit community
That a podcaster
still looms with.
I would feel like his ask me is.
Hours of Kohberger's arrest, a YouTube clip from a crime podcast emerged, immediately went viral. Okay. The users of the podcast were saying, hey, this is Bryan Kohberger. I didn't believe it until we interviewed someone who knew Bryan Kohberger in high school. She heard the clip and said that is definitely his voice. Now, is she a certified expert? No, but it made me take another look. Take a listen for yourself.
One thing that every single one of them, I feel like has asked me is, if you were going to kill somebody, how would you get away with it?
Now, again, it's him talking about the murders as removed from them. The host of that podcast initially was unsure as well whether it was Bryan. Now believes it was likely him. He goes by T-REV, so we'll call him that as well, and he joins us now. Thank you very much for coming with your splendid YOLO hat on. You
with your splendid YOLO hat on. Yeah, I mean, you dress for your what you're invited to, right? Like you dress. I learned that in sales. Like you dress for your customer. Nancy D, thank you for being here. You're Nancy Drew, right? I know that you were a huge supporter. I think that's you. Let me know. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm really sorry. I don't enjoy this, but it makes me mad. It makes me mad. But what I mean by that, like dress for your customer, like if I had a meeting with a doctor, I would dress up, you know. You're always supposed to be like one notch down from whoever you're meeting with, is what they taught me. Right, a YOLO hat. You're going on News Nation, which, fuck News Nation. But anyways, I mean, you're getting some nationwide coverage, global coverage even.
He was unsure as well whether it was Bryan. Now believes it was likely him. He goes by T-REV, so we'll call him that as well, and he joins us now. Thank you very much for coming with your splendid YOLO hat on. You only live once. Good choice. So, Bryan Kohberger, you believe he called into the podcast. Why?
I mean, with friends reaching out and saying, or people like her that spoke out that said that it's, you know, that's him 100%. I mean, without me hearing his voice, I'm like, it's unconfirmed. But if you got friends that knew him and grew up with him saying it's confirmed, then I gotta say, hey, yeah, this is probably Bryan Kohberger. But I did send it into the FBI. I did clip that. I also went through 80,000 phone calls, found the number, sent it into the FBI as well, and they have that. And
He went through 80,000 phone calls. Who is he trying to fool? Look at Chris. He's like, dude, you know what, Chris? Caption Chris right now. You can't bullshit a bullshitter. You can't bullshit a bullshitter. He went through 80,000 calls. T-REV most likely faked the Wisconsin Seb Rogers sighting. Huh. I didn't really hear about that one too much.
And hopefully they get down to that information.
Good. Do you know that they are in receipt of it? Did they come back to you at all?
I know they have it. I've never got an email back yet.
All right. Well, good. You did what you're supposed to do. Now, what struck you about the kinds of comments that this man made to you on the podcast?
Oh, man. Why would 10 people come up and ask you how to get away with murder? I mean, make that make sense to me. Why would 10 human beings like ourselves come up and say, hey, how would I get away with murder? And that's nobody's going to do that. And realistically in life, who is coming up to me or you or anybody that is around us right now and asking us, hey, do you know how to get away with murder?
Bryan Kohberger, a seemingly ordinary man, now stands anchor, creating an intricate.
Oh, yeah. Here's Chat GPT AI talking for him. Intricate. Listen.
Prosecutor's request for Snapchats from June 29th to August 1 serves as a temporal anchor, creating an intricate mosaic of potential.
Oh, intricate mosaic. That is so typical Chat GPT lingo.
Significance, mystery, and revelation. I invites the audience to reflect on once unbreakable bonds and sudden divergences in Emily's behavior.
Divergences? Do you guys really think he wrote this?
And then, a chilling revelation disrupts the narrative, an assertion that Bryan Kohberger's name reverberated through a spirit box before law enforcement even knew of him.
A spirit box? What? Oh.
Bing bong.
Fucking fuzzy slippers and lip gloss.
Y'all. Bryan Kohberger came through a spirit box. It's sitting on top of my mini fridge. Dude. He thinks he moved on up. He thinks he moved on up. Klonopin, Xanax, tomato.
Which four of the Idaho victims are here with me today?
Are you fucking kidding me? What? One of the Idaho 4 victims are here today? His dog's back there like, what the fuck are you talking about? Oh, man.
Kaylee. Kaylee. Woo! Let's say Kaylee. 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 Where did this guy come from?
His dog's over there licking his ass. What a fucking joke. What am I watching?
What is the name of the person responsible? What is the name of the person responsible? What is the name of the person responsible?
In the dark corners of Moscow.
Dude, this is his own video. This is his. He put this shit out and got 24,000 views on this mess. You believed him, Mark? I'm so sorry. Think big. Oh, shit. 7 months ago.
Where cell phone signals waver and surveillance footage captures fleeting moments, the story of Bryan Kohberger unfolds a tale of uncertainty, contested evidence, and the quest for justice. The courtroom drama.
I guess my point of the dog licking its ass is usually if there's a spirit around, you know, animals are supposed to be aware of it. There wasn't no spirit around there. Dirk Diggler, what evil spirit caused me to buy this hat? By the way, that, Michelle, don't lump me in with creators and other chats. I'm really flattered, Michelle, that you still watch me. But kiss my ass. Keep my name out of your mouth and other chats. You know who you are.
Waits, where the threads of this narrative will be woven into the fabric of truth or obscured in the shadows of doubt.
Obscured. That's his Bryan Kohberger called into my podcast, right? Okay, let's go back to Hidden True Crime.
To get you on here, we definitely had to do some convincing.
Absolutely. Sorry, I'm trying to get my camera right here.
Yeah,
You're good.
Well,
You're good. It's YouTube. Don't worry about it.
T-REV in helping with this and saying, we appreciate T-REV. T-REV said, hey, look, I trust the Hidden True Crime team. He gave us some important information as well. And he said, look, I just want to know either way. I reached out to T-REV tonight too to say, hey, do you want to jump on? We could have had like a whole reunion. What would that be? Like it's either a big class reunion here.
I don't want to talk to that guy.
Yeah. It's
Ooh. So they invited T-REV on their show. They have 167,000 subscribers. Why would T-REV not go on? And look at, he said, I don't want to talk to that guy. He knows that T-REV's a grifter. I don't want to talk to that guy. Woo!
Bing bong. Reached out to T-REV tonight too to say, hey, do you want to jump on? We could have had like a whole reunion. What would that be? Like it's either a big class reunion here.
I don't want to talk to that guy.
Yeah, it's been a hard 2 months for you. And
well, it's not been hard. It's just like he's up to no good. So it's yeah.
Ooh. He's up to no good, he said.
Not into it.
Could you talk a little bit about...
He said, I'm not into it.
That call, could you talk about a little bit about your interest in calling in?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay.
So earlier in the day, I was watching stuff on my phone about the Moscow murders, and I came across T-REV, and like he had people calling in, and he seemed like he was pretty cool, and I was like, oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
Great.
we all thought
and then
that,
I went
right?
about my day and did some stuff, and then later in the night, I was hanging out at my house and drinking some beers, and
no, he was watching T-REV. He called in and was watching T-REV.
His channel came up again, and then it seemed like not much was going on, so I called in. And that was it. So basically the call that has people all up in arms was just a dude hanging out at his house, having some beers, going, I wonder if this is why this happened. That was it.
Yeah. Well, I give you credit. You had some good insights into the case. So
I think it was really weird. I think this guy was really strange, in my opinion. But he was the one that called in. I think the way this guy's mind works is fucked up. But it doesn't let T-REV off the hook. Just because this guy, T-REV knows. I just showed you. Bryan Kohberger called into my podcast. December 2nd, 2023. December 2nd, 2023. He still has it up. He knows it wasn't Bryan Kohberger.
Well, your call was interesting. I think part of the problem was that your call was interesting enough that people took it seriously.
So I'm trying to get my camera right here. Well, honestly, I was embarrassed about my insights, to be honest with you. It's like, well, it seemed kind of silly. So
Yeah. Tell us, well, I'm going to ask you questions and
Mm-hmm.
you just answer what you want. You can say, I don't want to answer that. But we talked earlier today and you sort of shared
Hey,
what
guilty
you were
of
trying
crime.
to convey on the phone
Yeah.
to him. Do you want to explain that? Because there are a few people asking here, and we can see these chats coming through. I don't know if you can see those, but people are asking, what you were trying to convey.
No, he's not, is
I
he,
think-
Jess?
Well, I'll let you talk.
I wasn't trying to convey anything other than this would be the same thing as some two dudes that are walking off the soccer field or the whatever and going like, hey, what do you think happened with this? I think it might have been that. Oh, really? Like it's just conjecture. That was it. There was nothing
right
interesting about it. Like I don't have a perspective on the case itself. It was like, oh, why do you think someone would do whatever they do? And then you just talk about it. That's like how people get along.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. And can I state some things about you that were said on the call about where you worked, like for everyone that's heard the call? So you worked at, like what you told me was the accurate story. You worked at a bar 10 years ago.
Yeah.
You stated that to T-REV. So I'm just repeating.
Probably longer, probably more like 15 years ago, but I don't know. I'm not doing math on my, I'm not filling out a job application. So.
Yeah. Right. So you were there at this, and I want people to know, we've done our due diligence. We have looked into Demo. We know a lot about
You
Demo.
looked into me.
Yeah, we looked into him. So yes, he did indeed work.
Do you know I'm a bad lover?
I know everything about you. No,
He's drinking Pabst Blue Ribbon. This guy's drinking, talking out his ass, fucking around. But the point is that now T-REV knows that it wasn't Bryan Kohberger. Why is he still saying that it is?
I don't know everything about you. But I do know a good amount, and we'll make sure that people stop trying to find out everything about you. And that's what was sort of happening with all of this,
I guess so.
Yeah. So, you had these kind of casual conversations when people would come into the bar, and sometimes it could be a Sigma Chi person. There is a Sigma Chi chapter near you as well.
No, wrong.
No, wrong. Okay. Tell me.
Yeah. I'm just saying, like, I must have worked with, I don't know how many, and I don't want to get scrutinized for my numbers again.
Wait, yeah.
So I must have worked with at least 1 to 30 Sigma Chi's while I worked at that bar.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Annie.
Probably more like 5 to 10, like I said the first time. But, it's like they say stuff like, oh, hey, and this isn't like while you're clocking in and doing whatever. This is like, after work and you're having some beers together because it's a bar, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly.
If you were going to kill somebody, how would you get away with it? My answer has always been, I don't know, because honestly, I'm probably not smart enough to do that. But people ask questions like that. It's not an uncommon question to ask.
It is weird. Did you see Dr. John's head turn? Watch. When he said, if you were going to kill someone, how would you get away with it? Watch Dr. John's face.
Because it's a bar, right?
Mm-hmm.
What do you think? Yeah, investigation.
Exactly. If you were going to kill somebody, how would you get away with it?
Dr. John.
My answer is always
Dr. John. That got his attention, didn't it? Creepy as fuck. Do you guys think that it was a setup? Do you think that this was a setup between Demo and T-REV? I don't know. He never pretended he was Bryan. He just called in with some fucked up comments and T-REV ran with it. No, this is a random guy. This is a random guy. And then they tracked him down somehow.
How would you get away with it? My answer has always been, I don't know, because honestly, I'm probably not smart enough to do that. But people ask questions like that. It's not an uncommon question to ask. And in a weird way, I feel like I'm starting this whole thing over again that got me in trouble in the first place. So
well, yeah, and we can move on. And so let me say this: it doesn't matter how many numbers you said. It doesn't matter. People. As he explained, he was enjoying a night at home. He called in. He wasn't a journalist calling in saying, "Here are the facts of what happened to me 15 years ago." You called in. It was a casual conversation, and I already see some discussion going on in chat about what numbers. It doesn't matter.
Yeah,
it doesn't matter what this innocent call in. It that we've all been speculating on for 2 months fairly. I think at this point we need to say, here he is. It doesn't matter. Those things don't matter anymore, and that we need to give you a break.
If I was trying to
speculating on this.
Yeah, if I was trying to confess to a murder or saying I know who did this murder, I wouldn't call the T-REV podcast or YouTube channel or whatever. That's crazy. Who would do that?
Right.
So yeah, no, it's not that.
Yeah. And like John was very compelled with.
Weird, huh? He wanted you to like think he did it. If you were going to get away with it. If you were going to kill someone, how would you get away with it? Yeah, this guy's a fucking clown too. That's why I'm saying, do you guys think he knows T-REV?
He thought it was very compelling what you said, right, John? I mean, again.
Well, I think that I think Kohberger was very concerned about committing the perfect murder. So I think it was interesting that Demo was hearing the same thing from Sigma Chi members. I know some fraternity people, and I've never heard them talk about that, but I can understand how if a bunch of Sigma Chi's are drinking and having a good time, partying, that maybe that's something they would talk about. So
that people talk about this all the time. I mean, not all the time, but like people say, oh, if you're going to kill someone, how would you get away with it? Oh, well, I would do this and I would do that and I would do that. Blah, 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 blah. Conjecture. It's a thing.
Most people don't talk about killing other people.
Maybe I live in a weird, closed off part of the world, but I don't think it's that uncommon that people talk about that kind of stuff. I mean, we have like murder shows all over the TV. I mean,
okay, hold up. We're here to correct people. So Valencia's mom, I know you're heartbroken, but I never heard T-REV say he confirmed it was BK. He said it could have been and gave the number to police. Well, then here you go. He lies to his viewers then. What does that say? What does that say? Yeah, this guy's crazy as fuck. Scary, huh?
How many shows on your TV are about murder? On your Roku or your whatever. Like,
Thank you, Mama Bear.
It's crazy to not think that wouldn't be a thing that people talk about.
Right. I mean, the bottom line is that the bottom line is you did nothing wrong. You just called a show, and there was rampant speculation, and it affected your life. And I mean, so we're not, don't hear us as we're not grilling you about.
Oh, no, we're not. We're not
grilling you about doing something wrong. I think we're just trying to hear your side of the story. And
yeah. And I'm not trying to chastise you. I'm just like, when I say like what I'm saying, I'm just saying like this is like how people talk like this. Like it's dark, but that's how people talk.
Yeah.
And it doesn't mean that you're a murderer. And I all I did was called a show, and that was it.
Right.
And I will never do that again. And I advise anyone out there to never call anything. Never, ever call a thing, because chances are your phone number will be released, and then you're going to get a bunch of phone calls and text messages from a bunch of kooks. No one wants that. I said kook, by the way. Kooks.
Right. We got it. Yeah. No misunderstanding there.
Wow. John's like, oh, yeah, we got it. Dr. John is not liking this dude. He said, yeah, I said kook.
By the way, kooks.
Okay, right. We got it. Yeah. No misunderstanding there.
Yeah. No misunderstanding. I think the bottom line is, guys, like we've been judging the heck out of this conversation you had for 2 months, and it's time to stop.
Yeah, it should be put to rest for sure.
This is someone that he regrets calling in.
Absolutely.
And now he's talking about it because we've asked him to, and he's willing to. But he's doing this now to clear things up, not for more attention. He's saying, "Can we put this to bed? Can we stop?" So I hope that we can now do that as a community.
Oh, and we should mention that the only reason we're having this conversation is because I thought that you were Dominion Energy calling me.
What?
I lucked out. I had the right phone number, I guess. I had the right phone number for Demo to answer. Thank heavens.
I thought I was going to get a rebate on my energy efficient appliances.
It wasn't the first time I've tried calling you though either. So I just lucked out this time.
You did.
I was
I'm sorry.
persistent.
I'm sorry, Demo, but we can't help you with that. We're not a utility.
Well,
I'm not sure what we are, but we're not a utility.
If I'm ever in Las Vegas, can I stay there? You guys got a room for me?
Yeah. Hey, yeah. And you know what? If I'm ever in
Did you see John's face when he said that? You got a room for me? John almost, his filter almost didn't work. He was almost like hell to the no.
Can I stay there? You guys got a room for me?
Yeah. Hey, yeah. And you know what? If I'm ever in your area, maybe you can show me a good bar. It's clearly,
I'll put you guys
or
up.
I don't know if I want to go to the bars where you were because of the conversations happening.
You definitely don't want to go to the Sigma Chi house.
No.
Yeah, I don't want to go there either.
Yeah. So, we really appreciate you coming on, and whatever our community can do to dispel this rumor would be very helpful for Demo. I think we need no more. I mean, we could sit here. There's nothing else. Here he is. You know, in the flesh.
There's a positive side to this, and that is that you have all these people looking into my call into a live stream on YouTube, and that distracts them and gets them out of the road of the actual people that are doing the work, which is the FBI and the police. So I don't know, maybe I'm going to get like some kind of award for that. They're like, hey, you kept them out of the road.
Town, dude.
An award?
Yeah.
And
right.
I'm joking. I'm not going to get an
No,
award,
I know.
But like, you know what I mean? It's crazy that you make a call. I should never do that. So like, yeah, my message would be to people like, never call into anything that's a live stream on YouTube, and never call into anything. Don't put your neck out. It's stupid. Because then, and you guys seem like very nice people. And
thank you.
But do you want to get your phone blown up by strangers about something that is benign as like, I wonder if this is what happened? It's crazy.
Right. And that's what's happened to you. And it's happened to many people when they do one little thing like this and the world speculates.
Yeah.
So,
and I think it shows that how there were so many coincidences that happened here, right? The Casey Arndt said it was Kohberger.
So she really believed it was Kohberger.
Right. You had people putting
a friend of Kohberger's.
Oh, that's what we talked about earlier today.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Okay.
You had people that knew his voice that were doing side-by-side comparisons, and unfortunately your voice, I mean, I don't know Kohberger's voice very well, but I guess your voice is not that dissimilar from his. So, I think there was like a confluence of things that had to happen.
Seems unlikely.
What's that?
It seems unlikely. I mean, like accents, like a Utah guy, like, you want to go eat? You want to go eat? Like someone from the East Coast doesn't say, you want to go eat? I mean, it just seems like a bunch of horse shit, kind of.
Well, in fairness,
do you think that they really think he's funny? Put a 1 in chat if you think that they really think he's funny. Put a 2 in chat if they're uncomfortable.
In fairness, you didn't say that on the show. I think if you had said it exactly like that, we would have dismissed this whole thing right away. But
okay, but
maybe that should be your signature.
It's a thing. I don't know. I mean, again, I think you guys are seem super awesome and nice, and I appreciate getting a chance to just get my name out of this baloney. It's crazy.
Yeah. We hope we can help. We hope, I want to state this, again, we were all speculating because we all wondered, is this Bryan Kohberger? There were all these things, and it kept building. And I do want to say T-REV has been helpful for hidden true crime. I'm just speaking for ourselves, and
Really?
told me to say, yeah, he helped give us some information to help track you down. And he said that he trusted the hidden true crime team to figure it out and to let him know either way. I don't know if he knows yet, but I've tried to let him know. But we're just speaking for ourselves.
I wouldn't trust T-REV if I was you.
Well, our relationship.
He gave you a number.
Our relationship so far has been.
So T-REV gave this dude's number to them. Thank you so much, Sarah. T-REV and gray pubes deserve each other. They really do. He gave you a number, so he's pissed. Sounds like, because T-REV gave out his phone number. You think he knows T-REV? I think he's mad that he gave out his number.
Our relationship.
He gave you a number.
Our relationship so far has been okay, but I didn't decide to call into his, a show one night, and so so far so good with us. And I told you that I would help where I could, and I appreciate you coming on, and I want everybody else here to. I mean, I just think we need to put this to rest. Is what.
Agreed.
We did the work, and
we solved this mystery. Demo, is there anything else you want to say before we?
Yeah.
Leave here?
Oh shit, he's got final words.
It's this whole thing has been like, the tractor. Sorry, I'm trying to get myself in focus here. The tractor got stuck in a ditch. We're gonna go look at the sock in the guest room. That's what this has been.
What?
I'm the sock in the guest room. It's like I have not
sock.
It's nothing to do with this. It's crazy.
Yeah. Well, I hope. I know it's been a major distraction, but I hope it hasn't harmed you in any way or hurt you in any way.
My cortisol levels have probably been elevated, I would imagine.
I imagine.
Yeah.
That's not good, but maybe tonight you can get some rest.
Yeah.
I hope you can, and I guess that's what I want to request. Let's let him get some rest finally.
Okay.
So, solved. Cat D, thank you. Solved.
Case closed. Thank you, Demo, for joining us. We appreciate it on such short notice. And
yes. Ashley Lauren says, thank you for helping us solve this, Demo. Thank you.
Do you guys want to have a chat after this is closed out?
Yeah. Love
to.
Hang on.
Great. I'll give you a buzz.
Okay.
Sounds good.
All right.
All right.
We'll see you, Demo.
Thank you guys for joining us. Good night.
So they talked offline. So yeah, you guys wanted to hear the call where he actually calls in? Sure. Where is it?
Hey, yeah, this is probably Bryan Kohberger, but I did send it into the FBI. I did.
Doesn't definitively as a the absence
trying to find
of
it.
Xanax cows near mosaic of potential.
Is this it?
Which four of the Idaho victims are here when we?
Wait, hold on. We'll play the whole thing. Fuck him. Let him strike me.
Welcome.
Well, she's a journalist. Of course she would love to. I mean, that's what if somebody that's doing something that's really weird during a murder case wants to talk to her, of course she's going to say I'd love to. It was weird. Hi, Detra Ed. Can we figure out how? I don't know if he knows him or not. All right, here we go.
To our new video with lots of excitement. In the small town of Moscow, Idaho, where the air carries whispers of the surrounding wilderness, a chilling tale begins, a tale wrapped in the dense cell phone configurations of the region. Our story revolves around a man named Bryan Kohberger.
This is called Bryan Kohberger Called Into My Podcast by T-REV757. December 2nd, 2023. And then their video was February 1st, 2023. So after they debunked it, he put this out, but his title says that Bryan Kohberger called in.
Accused of a crime that has etched a harrowing mark on the tight-knit community.
Hey, what's up, Dave? You live?
Hey, what's up, man? Is this T-REV?
Yes, sir.
Oh, here it is.
Not much, man. I just
Okay, here's the call. He even freaking fooled me with this one. But the fact that he didn't correct it, come on, dude. I mean, this case isn't even going to go to trial for another year. So how many people are going to hear that and think that? It's bullshit. It's clickbait. It's lies.
Tight-knit community.
Hey, what's up, Dave? You live?
Hey, what's up, man? Is this T-REV?
Yes, sir. What's going on?
Not much, man. I found you today. I watched your live earlier this afternoon and been watching this one. And the thing that strikes me kind of weird about all this is that I live in a college town, and I've worked with probably at least 10 Sigma Chi members. And, you know, the one thing that every single one of them I feel like has asked me is, if you were going to kill somebody, how would you get away with it?
In a surprising twist, information surfaces that challenges the narrative. I debunked a crucial element of the case.
We've even talked about it on our channel, the speculation that's been going on for 2 months that a podcaster.
It went on for 2 months. 2 months. You want to hear that call again? This is the guy we just watched calling in.
Yes, sir. What's going on?
Not much, man. I found you today. I watched your live earlier this afternoon and been watching this one. And the thing that strikes me kind of weird about all this is that I live in a college town, and I've worked with probably at least 10 Sigma Chi members. And, you know, the one thing that every single one of them I feel like has asked me is, if you were going to kill somebody, how would you get away with it?
In a surprising twist, information surfaces that challenges the narrative. I debunked a crucial element of the case.
We've even talked about it on our channel, the speculation that's been going on for 2 months that a podcaster named T-REV received a call from somebody that...
He never said he was Bryan Kohberger. That guy never said it. He said his name was Dave. And his name is Dave.
And then it circulated the web far and wide within the true crime community that this person was likely Bryan Kohberger. After Bryan Kohberger was arrested, friends of Bryan Kohberger came forward and said, this sounds like Bryan Kohberger. Voice analysis, you can find plenty of them all over, excuse me, the YouTube and the web. It's made national news, people wondering if indeed this could possibly be Bryan Kohberger that called into T-REV's channel. Dr. John and I even discussed this, what it would mean if it was indeed Bryan Kohberger, and we weren't able to confirm it then the night we discussed it on Friday. We had to say, we are not sure, but we want to talk about this and what it means.
If you were going to kill somebody, how would you get away with it?
Hi, my name is Bryan. Would you be able to give me a haircut tomorrow by any chance?
Despite this attempt at debunking, the shadow of doubt still looms, with some people believing that the person on the show might indeed be the killer.
Within hours of Kohberger's arrest, a YouTube clip from a crime podcast emerged, immediately went viral, okay? The users of the podcast were saying, hey, this is Bryan Kohberger. I didn't believe it until we interviewed someone who knew Bryan Kohberger in high school. She heard the clip and said that is definitely his voice. Now, is she a certified expert? No, but it made me take another look. Take a listen for yourself.
One thing that every single one of them, I feel like has asked me is, if you were going to kill somebody, how would you get away with it?
Now, again, it's him talking about the murders as removed from them. The host of that podcast initially was unsure as well whether it was Bryan. Now believes it was likely him. He goes by T-REV, so we'll call him that as well, and he joins us now. Thank you very much for coming with your splendid YOLO hat on. You only live once. Good choice. So, Bryan Kohberger, you believe he called into the podcast. Why?
I mean, with friends reaching out and saying, or people like her that spoke out that said that it's, you know, that's him 100%. I mean, without me hearing his voice, I'm like, you know, it's unconfirmed. But if you got friends that knew him and grew up with him saying it's confirmed, then I gotta say, hey, yeah, this is probably Bryan Kohberger. But, you know, I did send it into the FBI. I did clip that. I also went through 80,000 phone calls, found the number, sent it into the FBI as well. And they have that, and hopefully they get down to that information.
Good. Do you know that they are in receipt of it? Did they come back to you at all?
I know they have it. I've never got an email back yet.
All right. Well, good. You did what you're supposed to do. Now, what struck you about the kinds of comments that this man made to you on the podcast?
Oh, man. Why would 10 people come up and ask you how to get away with murder? I mean, make that make sense to me. Why would 10 human beings like ourselves come up and say, hey, how would I get away with murder? And that's nobody's going to do that. And realistically in life, who is coming up to me or you or anybody that is around us right now and asking us, hey, do you know how to get away with murder?
Bryan Kohberger, a seemingly ordinary man, now stands accused, sending shockwaves through Moscow. But as our narrative unfolds, we find the defense challenging a fundamental aspect: the precision of cell phone tracking in this sparsely populated area.
Police department, show yourself. We have a search warrant for the building. Police department, show yourself. You're good, dude. Go back inside. Yep.
No lights. No lights. Flashlights?
Flashlights. Talbot, bedroom door is locked. You want us to boot it?
Yeah. You need anything? Your clipboard?
No, I'm good. Okay. He's got it. Thank you, guys.
Just the one locked door?
Yeah. And we didn't boot it because the keys actually worked. What?
Oh, sweet. Oh, even better.
It's locked because there's only one on
Later today, we're gonna.
This is his video, guys.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna do a quick walkthrough, see what we can see. Are there lights on in there?
There are some, yeah. And we can turn them all on. Very sparse. Fancy computer.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, fuck. That I wasn't expecting. Mallory's gonna be all over that.
Fancy.
So he was told he could do a.
Are they looking for We're watching his video that says Bryan Kohberger called into my podcast.
Cell phone tracking complexities. The defense argues that connecting a phone to a tower provides only a vague location, especially in a region where a single tower may cover vast expanses. They contend that obtaining a cell tower dump, while seemingly incriminating, doesn't definitively place Bryan Kohberger at the scene of the crime. In this vast expanse, hundreds, if not thousands, may have pinged off that tower during the same time frame.
Thank you, Myron.
Prosecution's counter-argument. On the other side, the prosecution paints a different picture. They emphasize the significance of the phone's connection to specific towers before and after the murders. The abrupt cessation of signals during a crucial 2-hour window raises suspicion. Was Kohberger driving away from or towards the crime scene? The narrator delves into the intricacies, acknowledging the circumstantial nature of the evidence while underscoring its potential impact. Focus on the white Hyundai Elantra. As the plot thickens, attention shifts to a critical piece of the puzzle, the white Hyundai Elantra.
You guys were watching T-Rev's video titled Bryan Kohberger Called Into My Podcast. Podcast. I don't know why I just said it like that. Called into my podcast. Podcast.
Allegedly linked to Bryan Kohberger. Surveillance footage becomes a linchpin, capturing
a linchpin? Chat GPT, hard at work.
Vehicle passing the King Road residence multiple times on the night of the murders.
Hello, I am Officer Loing.
It's not fun, Shauna.
Video recorded. I think you know why I stopped you. You ran the red light.
What actually happened was I was stuck in the middle of the intersection.
Yeah,
so
I was behind you the whole time.
Oh, this is for you, Potato, this
so
part.
Technically, you're not supposed to enter the intersection
Then
at all for that reason, because if the light turns red, then you're stuck in the intersection, and then you run the red light. So,
Yeah, where I'm from Pennsylvania, we actually don't have like crosswalks.
Oh,
so even if you're kind of slightly, there's a little bit more leeway as well. Like there are a few lines. Like there's one
J-Cast?
white line, and there's another one in front. Like there's like a certain margin from which you can actually kind of put your vehicle, place your vehicle.
Web of cell phone data and surveillance footage. A theory emerges that Bryan Kohberger might not have premeditated the crime, introducing an element of spontaneity or panic. The knife sheath left...
No, this is just an AI voice he used. This is just an AI voice that he used. Hey, Shauna, what's up?
Behind adds a layer of mystery, challenging the prosecution's portrayal of Kohberger as a meticulously organized perpetrator. Eyewitness testimony. The eyewitness testimony as a cherry on top. A surviving roommate, Dylan Mortensen, recounts a harrowing encounter.
Cherry on top? You can tell ChatGPT wrote this and he didn't even proof it. Because in a murder, T-REV757, there's no cherry on top. You dumbass. This guy does not need to be talking about people that are brutally slain. I'm sorry.
Eyewitness testimony. The eyewitness testimony as a cherry on top. A surviving roommate, Dylan Mortensen, recounts a harrowing encounter with a masked figure on
I'm sure Dylan Mortensen feels it was the fucking cherry on top, right?
Night of the murders. The description aligns with Bryan Kohberger's physical attributes, creating a captivating yet contentious piece of evidence. Dissection of eyewitness testimony. With a critical eye, the narrator dissects Mortensen's account, emphasizing its vagueness and the potential for bias. The absence of a blind photo lineup raises questions about the reliability of her identification. This testimony masterfully unravels the layers, leaving the audience to ponder the strength of Mortensen's...
The audience? He's not even listening to this. He doesn't give a shit about these people. The audience? He had ChatGPT write him a video script. They don't know he's talking about a murder. He didn't even bother to proof it. And Dr. Melmo came in and made this.
I want this to be crystal clear.
Not everyone is autistic. This dude is your average dope smoker and alcohol drinker.
Bing bang.
And Michaela?
I wouldn't let you sleep in my room if you were growing on my ass.
That's what I would say to T-Rev if I were you.
Testimony in the larger tapestry of the case. In the labyrinthine web
What's
of the
up,
Bryan
Matt?
Kohberger case, a new chapter unfolds a clandestine discovery rooted in the Instagram musings of Emily Alant, the confidant of Xana and girlfriend to Hunter Johnson. The narrative crescendos as Emily's Instagram post from late June surfaces, a casual poolside day immortalized with the words pool, lake, repeat. Donning the hat of an online detective takes the audience on a riveting journey.
Donning the hat of an online detective takes the... This doesn't even make sense. Why would anyone be subscribed to this when you have so many channels? I'm not even saying mine. There are so many channels out there that people put hard work into.
Unraveling a digital tapestry that could reshape the narrative. Focus on Emily's Instagram post. The audience is guided through a Google expedition, scouring for locales near 1122 King Road. A tantalizing discovery emerges the Grove at Moscow, an off-campus student enclave. The plot thickens as parallels are drawn between Emily's June pool escapade, the July 6th pool party, and Bryan's later encroachment into the victim's vicinity come August. The prosecutor's request for Snapchats from June 29 to August 1 serves as a temporal anchor, creating an intricate mosaic.
An intricate mosaic? No, we can't. No. Simply, Shauna, he needs to go. He needs to go. And White Boy, this is the worst of the worst. White Boy, you need to really jump on this one. This guy needs to go.
Bing bong.
What he did just with Madeline Soto's case is disgusting. He did, was he? He did, was he? Keep on it, White Boy.
Of potential significance, mystery, and revelation. I invites the audience to reflect on once unbreakable bonds and sudden divergences in Emily's behavior. And then, a chilling revelation disrupts the narrative, an assertion that Bryan Kohberger's name reverberated through a spirit box before law enforcement even knew of him.
Which four of the Idaho victims are here with me today?
Kaylee.
Kaylee! Woo! Let's say Kaylee. 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 Where did this guy come from? What is the name of the person responsible?
What is the name of the person responsible? What is the name of the person responsible?
In the dark corners of Moscow, where cell phone signals waver and surveillance footage captures fleeting moments, the story of Bryan Kohberger unfolds a tale of uncertainty, contested evidence, and the quest for justice. The courtroom drama awaits, where the threads of this narrative will be woven into the fabric of truth or obscured in the shadows of doubt. As the trial looms, the audience is left yearning for more revelations, eagerly anticipating the next chapter in this complex and gripping saga. Don't forget to subscribe and share your thoughts with us.
So yeah, that's his video. This is, and he, can you imagine like the victim's family seeing this mess?
Enforcement even knew of him.
Can you imagine? This is why law enforcement says do not send us tips from social media. Can you imagine being the parents and seeing this mess?
And sudden divergences in Emily's behavior. And then
Sudden divergences in Emily's behavior. He doesn't even know Emily. He doesn't even know Emily. He's putting a girl he doesn't even know into this too.
And a chilling revelation disrupts the narrative, an assertion that Bryan Kohberger's name reverberated through a spirit box before law enforcement even knew of him.
Which four of the Idaho victims are here with me today?
Kaylee.
Kaylee!
Did you hear it? It sounded like him. Look at his stoned ass. It's Kaylee. This is shameful. If anybody, I mean, I don't even know how he has 70,000 people. I would hope all the active people seriously have unsubscribed by now. Watch this shit. Watch his dumb ass.
Knew of him.
Which four of the Idaho victims are here with me today?
Kaylee.
Kaylee! Woo!
Unreal, man.
Kaylee!
Knew of him.
Which four of the Idaho victims are here with me today?
Kaylee.
And look at the faces. Look at the emojis like this is a fucking joke. You think that's his fucking voice too? Oh, maybe he bought them. Thank you, Shauna. This is why journalism died with Thompson. Oh my God, I don't either. Potato. The more I see, the more sick I get. My stomach literally is in a knot right now.
Enforcement even knew of him.
Which four of the Idaho victims are here with me today?
Kaylee.
Kaylee! Woo! Let's say Kaylee. Kaylee.
Kaylee.
Kaylee! Woo! Let's say Kaylee. 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 Where did this guy come from? What is the name of the person responsible?
What is the name of the person responsible? What is the name of the person responsible?
In the dark corners of Moscow, where cell phone signals waver and surveillance footage.
I slowed it down a little bit more.
Which four of the Idaho victims are here with me today?
Kaylee.
Kaylee! Woo! Let's say Kaylee. 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 Where did this guy come from? What is the name of the person responsible?
What is the name of the person responsible? What is the name of the person responsible?
In the
Think
dark
big.
corners of Moscow, where cell phone signals waver and surveillance footage captures fleeting moments, the story of Bryan Kohberger unfolds a tale of uncertainty, contested evidence, and the quest for justice. The courtroom drama awaits, where the threads of this narrative will be woven into the fabric of truth or obscured in the shadows of doubt. As the trial looms, the audience is left yearning for more revelations, eagerly anticipating the next chapter in this complex and gripping saga. Don't forget to subscribe and share your...
So that's his own video. Teresa says he also took a grandmother's photos of her granddaughter who took Jim with Xana and passed them off as Xana. He's disgusting. It wasn't Xana? Oh, I'm sure that was pre-recorded. You just press play. It wouldn't be hard to do. Pre-record it. I mean, this dude makes music, right? I mean, quote unquote music. So how hard would it be for him to do that? To take a real spirit box background noise and say a few words, change the pitch. It'd take about 5 minutes.
Law enforcement even knew of him.
Which four of the Idaho victims are here with me today? Kaylee. Kaylee. Woo! Let's say Kaylee. 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 Where did this guy come from? What is the name of the person responsible?
What is the name of the person responsible?
Yeah, it's disgusting. I mean, even I could do that. Even though Tony said I overlaid his peen. I could have probably managed, but not make it look like that. Not with a virtual green screen. So there's that. Let's get rid of that. That was Hidden True Crime, and they debunked this crap. Yes, I think that's pretty much all I have. I want to read some of your comments, though, so I got to get this TikTok off here. This is going to stress me out. We can chit-chat for a few. I want to read some of your comments because I haven't been able to see them all. Where is... Oh, here it is. Right? No. Oh, my God. I don't want these kids on here. Get away from me. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, we'll get rid of that. Okay. He lied about having cancer twice. I know a lot of you guys feel duped. You feel duped. Yeah, I mean, these two are not dummies. They know what they're doing. They know what they're doing. Bye, Ken Dalton. Good night. Oh, my God. Let me switch my screen. Hold on. Give me a second. Let me come back on the camera, too. Sorry. I turn that off and I forget. Although it probably doesn't. You guys don't mind, do you? Do you prefer... So that's another thing. I want to talk about this. And this really has nothing to do with T-REV. But what do you think of, you know... I mean, I know I do call-ins and stuff like that, but it's like viewer call-ins, right? How do we avoid this happening? Like, in your opinions, being the viewers, the ones that watch, the ones that, you know, feel duped and shit, how can we avoid this? Because, like, my worry is that, you know, my call-ins are going to be looked at as maybe set up or something. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want what he's done to taint the entire community who, you know, has built their channels, built their rapport with their viewers and stuff like that. It's just hard because it's one person. Like, I would love to vet callers, but I'm one person. How can I do that? If something seems off, trust your instincts. I mean, it's really good advice. It just makes you realize you can't trust everything you see and hear. Why would they talk offline? I don't know. Dr. Momo. It's all weird. Why did T-REV give them his number? Yeah, and I would never put... I mean, interviews, of course, you know, I talk to the people beforehand. But call-ins, Pearl, I would never vet you. I love you too. Gullible, I don't think that's fair to say. Disclaimer before any live call-in. Bye, Tia. Don't let the door hit you where the good Lord split you. Oh, and happy 4th of July to you too. Have a great one.
Fuck off and die.
Okay. Cotton Candy says, creators need to let their chats to ask questions. Sometimes the chats are smart people. You can usually pick up on lies. Okay, so fair argument. Let's talk about when Steph, the dog handler, came up on my panel. That was a horrible situation. It was not a good place to be in. It was not fun. Right before we went live, she had sent me all these photos. I did not think to vet her because I had Julia here with all of her credentials and shit. So Steph wasn't really the point of that show. But long story short, here, you know, we're in the middle of this discussion. I've got two people on panel. And then all of a sudden, all these people who don't like me, who put my name on thumbnails and say shit about me, come in. She's fake. Da da da. Her pictures are from Chewy. Now, if you're conducting an interview with two who you think are legit at the time, dog handlers, are you going to stop your stream and say, oh, hold up. Hold up. Nonsense is here.
Hold up. Wait a minute. Something ain't right.
Nonsense has come into the chat and said, this is fake. Jay, you need to stop your stream. And if you don't, you're a piece of shit. That's what I got after that. That's what I got. It's bullshit. So she comes in, nonsense. It's fake. Blah, blah. And then after, when I didn't stop the stream, right? I went through the stream. Then I looked into it myself. And then I said, guess what? She's fake. Okay. So people that do that, like, don't talk about me like you hate me, but then come in here and tell me someone's fake and then expect me to listen to you. It defies logic. And I did Tennessee whiskey. I acknowledged it immediately. But who's going to stop in the middle of a stream with dog handlers and go, oh, hold on, nonsense is here. Let me stop my stream. No. No. I did. But then we have T-REV here who still has this as his title. Why? Didn't we figure out that wasn't Bryan Kohberger? He even shows the people that debunked it, and he still has that title. Yeah, I didn't do it on purpose. You know? I definitely was not in on it. Don't stop. Have your mods work more at vetting. It all happened so fast. We had, 1,500 people in the chat. And then we had this bum rush of people who just can't wait to tell me I'm wrong. You know what I mean? That's the only reason they did it. They didn't come in here because they care about the truth. They didn't come in here because they care about me or, you guys getting the truth. Come on. That's not why she came in here. And things are going to happen. Anytime you're live, you're going to have things happen. You can't predict live streams. You can't. And I don't think I would have done anything different. Mark has the comment of the night. Sometimes we don't know what we don't know. True, Rocket Queen. Right. So the lesson here is what Linda said. I mean, you can't control it all. I just don't, and then to make videos putting my face on thumbnails saying, "Oh, hey, she, deliberately misleads people and all this." It's like, get a life, man. And that's why I hate talking about this stuff. I hate it. Lala, did he mess around with Kylie Rodney's case too? Did T-Rev? No, she asked me. Well, she texted me and I said, do you want to join? Lala, did T-Rev do anything during Kylie Rodney? She didn't have a channel though, Crimes. She called in on my show. I did one eye open. Poor little, what was, I know it's Kinsley, her last name. What was her first name? Savannah. It wasn't Savannah. He made a song about her case. What? It's okay, Stephanie. It's okay. I'm not on Discord when I'm streaming. I mean, when I'm streaming, I've got 2 screens in front of me, a mic, a preamp, a mouse, a soundboard, a keyboard, my phone, a second hard drive, lighting, and a camera. I've got so much going on, plus chat, my Streamlabs, and whatever I'm streaming. It's a mess. It's a mess. He said she talked to him in a dream. What? Say what? Pearl, you can't blame yourself. He got involved with Creek Squad. Oh, is that why he's trying to do this? He thinks he's going to go to Nashville? Is this all about his career? He had a dream about her. Why did Seth Rogers go to T-Rev? That was the first ever heard of him. Seth Rogers, I don't think he went there first. I don't remember the order of T-Rev's shit. I really don't. I don't want to get struck, but I just had to play it. It's been in my head all day. Oh, there's a video about his dream. How nice. Right. Thank you, Cheryl. Thank you, lovely Auntie Cheryl. She says, Jay does an amazing job of conversing with chatters. She can only do so much. He was on Pascal first. JLR first. Yeah, he went to JLR first, then chased him away. See, none of us even remember. He's been, look at, you guys named off about 6 creators right off the rip. Yeah, even Upchurch wouldn't tolerate his poser bullshit. It is Terry Jones. Do you remember? Nashville native realtor says we don't want him or his married girlfriend. Yeah, Seth had JLR come up there because he was in Nashville for Riley Strain. That's a good idea. I just reported his videos misinformation. You can too. Above our comments showing what I wrote. Took 3 panels to get it all in. Thank you, mom of 3 boys. Oh, that's awesome. You guys are going to have to play that song, Andrea. Congratulations to her. The 21st of September. Why does that sound familiar to me? Like that date. It's got to be someone's birthday. Thank you, Lala. Thank you, Deb. Thank you so much. Shit, he's married himself. I noticed he had a ring on. Wait, not that one. Oops, not that one. This shows where he's lived, though, because that's why I asked you guys. I was like, I knew he was from Indiana, and that didn't even come up when I was looking at his stuff. It only showed me up in Pennsylvania, New Jersey, and Virginia, which I thought was odd. You never know with people. Ski mask, T-Rev, young T-Rev. I thought there was a picture up here. Oh, God, that's just... Oh, what is that? Is that Tony's peen or is that T-Rev's thumb? Amy Lee. Why couldn't Seth buy the pew pew? He isn't a felon, right? Isn't he a correction officer? He wouldn't be able to get a job. That job is a felon, right? I don't think he could, no. Well, Seth's story was that he just said, oh, if you have money for it, buy two. Yes, I think it was a money issue. I like that song too, Mark Klein. Saturday in the park. I think it was the 4th of July. I was working on another soundbite for you guys. Oh, I was so hurt. I was watching another stream and I was reading the chat and I saw somebody say, the reason they don't watch me is because of my soundboard. It hurt my heart. It hurt my heart. They said they just don't think it's appropriate when talking about true crime. And I thought, well, they certainly haven't given Jay is for Justice a try because we keep it respectful, but we still can laugh. I couldn't imagine being like this. Hello, guys. Welcome back to Jay is for Justice. Today's, oh gosh, I can't even, I got to keep a frown. I can't. But they said that's why I don't watch Jay. And I was like, oh.
Jeepers.
Olip's like, make your own channel then. I feel bad for people he took advantage of too. And I don't want anyone to say gullible. Baby D's in the house. I don't want anybody to feel gullible. That's not a good word, I don't think.
Baby D.
It's not. I wouldn't be being myself, you know. But the Eeyores of the world. His Truckee song is about Kaylee. That's gross. Kristen Suddy. Miss you, Jay. I've been crazy with summertime and kids. Sorry I haven't been in. I understand. It's good to see you, and thank you so much for your generous super chat. You didn't have to do that. Terry Jones. The My Favorite Murder podcast had the same problem with people complaining they weren't serious about true crime. So they just tell people to fuck right off. I mean, that's pretty much right where I've resorted to, and I'm not trying to be like a jerk. But it's like, if you don't like what you see when you click on a stream, why even move the little fingers? Do not feel gullible, Aaron. Trevor Lee good, T-Rev bad. Yes, Mother Teresa. Thank you, Roxy. Yes, but we learn, like, things happen, right? Thank you, Kristen. You're so nice. Don't be embarrassed or feel dumb. So what you need to do is learn from it, right? Mistakes are only mistakes if you don't learn from them. That's my motto anyways.
You. And then he said goodnight to us. Was playing in his room until bedtime. And
Oh, this is a clip from one of my lives. Listen. This is when I was replaying Katie Proudfoot's interview. This is a replay clip. Listen. This is a blooper, J for J clip or whatever. I don't fucking know.
And at bedtime, you know, I told him, I said, hey, Bubba, it's time to go to bed. And he goes, okay, good night, Mama, I love you. And then he said goodnight to his puppies.
He said, good night, Mama, I love you. Said, I love you, Mama. I love you, puppies.
Because we bought snacks because, you know, he's 15 and snacks.
So I'm thinking this is going to be a new soundbite right here. I love you. Wait, hold on.
He said goodnight to his puppies.
I think this is going to be a new soundbite right here. He said, "Goodnight, Mama. I love you." Said, "I love you, Mama. I love you, puppies." Whose thumb is that? That's T-REV's. It's T-REV's. Do you remember? Okay, so I was showing these in the beginning. This is some photos that I found from his young T-REV page. He has a Facebook, by the way, too. And his thumb might have its own Facebook. Why do I look like this? Hey, maybe that's what was superimposed or overlaid into Tony's green screen. T-REV's thumb. Okay, hold up. Hold up. I got a couple photos. I don't know. I don't know if he's got Jiffy Pop on his head, what the fuck that is, but here's some throwbacks. This is back when young T-REV was just boistering the rap scene. Beans don't burn in the kitchen. The beans don't burn in the grill. No, I don't think it says fake. I think it says famous. It says famous. Thank you, Pine Needles. Thank you so much. Hold on. Oh, where are you going, T-REV? Oh, where are you going? Where'd you go? Uh-oh. T-REV, the one that got away. The T-REV, the one that got away. Hold on, let's try that again. So, this is back to young T-REV. He has a Facebook page that you can check out as well. I think I need like that clip from NWA. Gangster, gangster. Because I've got to retire Bing Bong. Because this will probably be the last time I use it. Because it triggers all of you. And quite frankly, it reminds me of him.
Bing bong.
So, T-REV, boy, don't go away mad. Just go the fuck away. Please. Please. What you did with Madeline Soto is bad enough. Leave these poor older people alone. Your honeypot's done, I'm afraid. Happy 4th of July, everybody. Thank you for being here. Let me go through and thank you guys for some of these super chats and stuff that I didn't see. You guys are so nice. Thank you. He needs to shop. He needs to shop for his hats in the kids section. Holy shit. Dance it out. You have excellent taste in music and sounds, Jay. Often reminding me to be fun and silly. I need that. Thank you. I'm glad I could help out with that. Teresa, thank you so much. Kristen, you know I love you. I hope you're enjoying your time, though. Starry Night, Jay, your history speaks for itself. We know you are real. Thank you, Starry Night. And thank you, Kimmy. Shauna, thank you again. Amy Lee, thank you for becoming a member. Sarah. Titties. Annie. Nancy D, thank you so much. And I'm sorry. NFT says, I'm glad you are here, Jay. He made his bed. Thank you for being a member for 3 months. Melly, thank you for being a member for a month. And it was great to see you tonight. Mike's giving me shit. Happy 4th, Jay and chat. Be safe, everyone. I've been this day, true community would wake up to. I don't know what he means by that. Mike, have another beer. Happy 4th of July, buddy. And just a girl, thank you so much. And Pat Virgin, you are hilarious. All right, guys, we're going to run our credits. You guys let me get that thumb off the screen. Oh, get rid of that thumb. Yikes. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your night. Fireworks tonight. Everybody stay safe. Don't lose any fingers. Don't let your fingers get flung off, right?
Flung.
The thumb is flung.
I mean, I'm sure there was stuff flung and swung. And
And you guys, this is why I have a soundbite, because we can express ourselves through it. Some people think it's annoying, but happy 4th shenanigans, Beacon. Some people think it's annoying, but we can express ourselves through it. So I think this is a great soundbite. I want to invite you guys all to my stream deck. Let me show you. I'm going to share part of my studio. Cotton Candy, thank you for being a member for 2 months, and happy 4th to you too. Oh God, Tracy, that's horrible. I know people have blown their fingers off. It's no joke. So welcome to my soundboard. This is what I see when I do my soundboard. But this is for all of you, and you guys can adopt this as your own soundbite as well, because it fits. Even though I'm a YouTuber, I feel this way sometimes too. So let's laugh it out. I've told my husband we're having chicken today, feathers tomorrow, Pearl. Laugh it out and dance it out. I love you guys. Stay safe. Love you. Thank you. I appreciate you.
YouTuber, because leave it up to YouTube, you know? Leave it up to YouTube. This is like my last straw. Like, every person that I meet on YouTube is the most up piece of like, leave it up to YouTube.
It's not your fault, guys. It really isn't. Keep your hearts good. Keep your hearts good. And you won't ever have to hear bing bong here again. And T-Rev?
I wouldn't let you sleep in my room if you were growing on my ass.
Signing off from YouTubia. Happy 4th of July, folks. So much for watching. If you enjoyed this live stream or video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on my latest content. Want to take it a step further?
Bring it all in.
And join our community clickers by becoming a Patreon or a YouTube member. You'll get exclusive access to our Discord server, special channel perks, and much more. Until then, I'll see you in the next one.
Click. It's real easy, man.
If you say Ferris
I don't give a damn. I don't really care about you and your problems. I don't give a damn. You talk way too much. I have heard enough about you and your problems. I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn.
I'm gonna get drunk and ride my horse.
You wanna be with me. You wanna feel something real, but I'm feeling differently. You're making plans to get to friends, but don't wanna face the fact. But I ain't got time for that. Staying up late, sleeping all day, dreaming about Cadillacs. Buying new shoes, hanging by the pool, sipping on Coke and Jack. Calling my phone when you feel alone, but I'll never call you back.
I don't want Jennifer or two Jennifers.
Thanks so much, Jennifer.
Jennifer loves horses. Bye, Jennifer.